Every couple minutes, let everybody know we're live. Oh, how's the weather down there, Kevin? Deanna, how are you doing? I'm I'm people watching at Walmart, and I don't know if this person has an issue with their door staying closed or if they farted because they're like closing the door and opening it over and over and over again. And then it stops. I think they passed gas in their own car and they gassed themselves out. They're just like, oh, Michael, what's going on? Yvonne, how are you doing? Borderline? Oh, no, I snapped earlier. It's okay. We'll wait a few minutes before I go down that story. Warren, how's it going, buddy? Dry right now, more rain tomorrow. Hey, you guys are getting a lot of rain down there. Kevin, by the way, is in Lakeland, Florida. So, did I dye my hair? It looks darker. No, but thank you. I appreciate that. No, see, I turned my head sideways. There's all the gray, and there's some gray over there too. But nope, I did not dye my hair. I think the lighting's just really different, and I normally wear a hat when I'm outside, so that might be why. So yeah, we'll give it a few minutes, and then I'll talk about my experience at Safeway today. Connie, how are you doing? Yeah, I don't know if I don't plan on ever dyeing my hair. I just hope I gracefully go gray. I mean, I'm content with this for if everything else wants to stay dark the next 10, 20 years, that would be great. 20 years would be great. And we got a jump, bunch of new people in here. Speak, let yourselves be known. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening and staying cool in crazy hot weather. Connie, yes, I hope everybody is staying cool. It's my car says 93, and I'm here in the shade, so it's a little bit on the warmer side, but they don't have humidity like they do in Nebraska, so 93 here is like 80 and humid in the Midwest. It's really not bad. So, am I having any kind of connectivity issues out of curiosity? 96 with 94% humidity. Whew. I don't miss the humidity. I'm good. Okay. Had to ask because I was looking up at number of people, and it went from 9 it, up to 28, down to 21, down to 11, back up to 19, and then now we're at 9. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube's doing the DoorDash experience. But I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I thought having a holiday on a Friday would be a good thing. It ruined the entire weekend. I didn't work Saturday, so I don't know how that was. I imagine it sucked as bad as Friday sucked. Um, Sunday though, it's kind of a letdown. And then yesterday happened, and yesterday was actually more of a letdown. And then today was actually we're taking we're going down, um, one step at a time. We're about $10 at a time. James, how's it going? Warren, it was an odd weekend, worst Sunday I've had in months. Warren, yeah, I was actually talking to Ryan about that, and because I wanted to see how his Sunday was being in California and his area, and he said it was the worst Sunday he said probably ever had, and for me, it was definitely the worst Sunday I've had so far in 2025. So yeah, I'm sorry you had a terrible Sunday too. I'm glad that I'm not the only one, but it honestly it sucks that any of us had one. I'd rather have taken a crappy Sunday if one of you guys went out and made like $700, had some crazy good day. Saturday wasn't typical, didn't work Sunday or Monday. Well, borderline, you probably didn't miss out on anything, to be honest, because Sunday. Actually, I'm streaming on the right phone this time, so now I can actually open up the app and look. Um, no, it's scheduled. I tapped on the right thing the first time. Okay, so Sunday, I feel like we did better on Spark. That is the one consistency about Spark. You'll at least get one or two decent orders a day. You might have to wait a while for them, but you will get them. And yeah, so Sunday, Spark saved the day with two orders for just under $60. And I had two offers worth taking on DoorDash for a whole 14.25. And yesterday, what was yesterday? Yesterday was better on DoorDash, but not by a whole lot. We were out for 5.5 hours for $69. And today was actually kind of better. An hour less and only $3 less. So I don't know. Maybe it is picking up. It's all that time sitting there. Minutes feel like hours when you're sitting there and the apps aren't doing anything. Well, happy belated. I guess I'm not gonna say belated because it was yesterday. Happy anniversary to you guys, Yvonne and Michael. 2 years is definitely a long time to put up with each other. Uh, Borderline, you can't be hurting yourself out there. We don't have workman's comp. I hope you're feeling better though. Earl, what's going on? Made a decent amount Thursday through Sunday. Well, see, I'm glad somebody did. Ended yeah, no dashing or dashing, no sparking when it's raining. Yeah, you're in Texas, so you got those Midwest Texas rains. Yeah, I wouldn't. I've experienced Midwest rain. I wouldn't be out there either. The rain that the rain that they get here in the Northwest, it could rain all day and you'll be fine out here. That whole Midwest section of the United States, though, they get some rain. Adam, how's it going? Okay, I feel like Adam got timed out last week. Adam, if that was you, let me know. Um, Adam's fine, so no timing out, Adam. Please and thank you. I know breakfast shift today wasn't anything special. Made 93 and 5.5. I would have actually been pretty happy with that. I even between the two apps, if I break $100, it's a good day. Which is really quite sad. What is happening with DoorDash? Seems like restaurants do not want their services. Um, the restaurants want their services. It's the employees throwing fits that don't, because it's a whole other group of customers that they have to deal with. That they're especially your sit down restaurants like Red Robin. Uh, and honestly, and this is something that popped into my head today because I was dealing with somebody on a shopping order. Oh, they ordered a corn dog from like the deli at Albertsons, and the lady's like, "Well, I don't have any corn dogs. I can make you some, but it's gonna be like 12 minutes." And just her tone and her body language is like, if I tell him it's gonna be like 12 minutes, maybe he won't order. Nope, I'm ordering because the customer ordered, and now I'm annoyed because it's gonna be 12 minutes because I'm looking in your little deli case and you have everything else in stock except corn dogs. And considering I didn't see anybody leaving the store as I was walking in, chowing down on a corn dog, I'm pretty sure you've probably been out for a while and nobody's made any. So I'm gonna order some, and by some I mean one for the customer. The customer only wanted one, but the issue is we get paid per delivery, and we're dealing with people who get paid per hour, so they don't care. Most restaurant employees do not give a crap about any of us. Why? Because we're getting paid per hour, or we're getting paid per order. So obviously, the more orders you do, the quicker you do them, the more money you're making, and they're getting paid per hour. So there is no incentive for them to get motivated to do anything above just good enough. Both of you say, tell me about. I wonder if the whole time skew thing changes when you get married, because they always say life goes by fast. Um, Life happens in the blink of an eye, and then you ask married couples, how long you been married? 3 years, and it seems like forever. It's like, did time just all of a sudden turn to did it go into slow motion? Like when you get married? Like, does the clock change as soon as you say "I do"? I'm curious, I've never been married. Princess Mel, how are you doing? Oh, we're saying the same. See, Yvonne, and it only took 2 years to do it. Georgia humidity dew point is usually unbearable, but it hasn't rained in my area for about 2 weeks, so it's been hot, but it felt pretty nice. Well, and it's that Earl, it's even worse after it rains, especially when it's already been humid. Rain comes in, it rains. It's like, oh, it's nice, but as soon as the sun comes back out, it's going to suck. That was my experience in Nebraska, though. And I know Georgia could probably be a bit different. You guys actually have forests. On the PNW, you need water sensing windshield wipers, or else you're turning your wipers on and off all day. I don't have auto sensing wipers, but I cheat and I got what's that stuff you can spray on your windshield that like treats it? The water repellent. Yeah, somebody knows what I'm talking about. Rain-X. I put the Rain-X in my windshield washer fluid. Cut down on my use of my windshield wipers. Connie, been married 29 years. Wow. Got an email from Spark. Said I want a free month of Walmart Plus. I'm not sure about this. Oh, Connie, yeah, yeah, take advantage of it. I get it every month. I think you can only use it so many times. So, I mean, I signed up. I took advantage of the free trial once. I think mostly just to see what it was like, what it was all about. But yeah, I mean, it's legit. It's not like a spammy email or anything. I think in my area, I don't know if it's this way all the way, you know, East Coast everywhere. It's like DoorDash everywhere is different. But in my area, as long as I do 25 Spark deliveries a month, then I get a free month. Seems like some delivery apps realize restaurants have their own delivery service without the extra charges. Yeah, a lot of them do. Um, all your pizza places. There's some places. I remember a couple places in Lincoln. They would use us, but they also had their own drivers, and it was often common to see that at smaller chain Chinese restaurants. And the thing is, the restaurants are just charging a delivery fee. It's like, here's the cost of the food, the tax, delivery fee. That's it. You don't have delivery fee, service fee for the maintenance fee for the service fee, um, firstborn tax. I mean, the list could go on, but just a flat delivery fee. Mr. Ryan, good evening, sir. How are you? Wait, sorry, I can't. I'm not calling you sir. You work for a living. But how you doing? Remember a few months ago I called the pizza shop for an order, gave them my info and card, no extra charges included, and arrived at my house in 20 minutes. And that's why I don't use delivery. Or even, I don't even use a grocery pickup. I just, if there's something in a grocery store that I need, I'm basically in one every day. So I just pick stuff up as I need it. LOL, both. It stands still, then you blink, and it's been 2 years. And I'm sure there's some couples out there 20, 30, 40 years into marriage going, God dang, I was going to divorce you back in 93. And here it is, 2025, and we're still together. By the way, I still haven't changed the battery in the smoke detector. I'm being goofy. Rain-X, yeah, thanks, Nick. How's it going? Mayonnaise. I am, yes, I am in the car because it's more quiet. Um, last time, last time we did a Tuesday live at home, like these actually work fairly well for noise canceling, just in general. Um, but I don't ever wear two when I'm doing a live stream. And I kept hearing yelling and dogs barking. So it was taking me far, far away from chat. It's like one forever long squirrel moment. Anything decent today? No. Um, in all honesty, not really. Spark tried to send me one order. It was 57.48, 14 drop offs, 38 miles, and it was taking 2 hours. And I said no because I did one the other day. Same amount of drop offs for 73. I'll do it for 73. I'm not doing it for 57 though. Uh, what? No. By the way, did you guys see that they have tangy ketchup Doritos? I just saw them the other day, and it actually hurt my stomach. Warren had a friend who was married for 10 good years who was having his 20. I like that. I cannot believe in the issue was Mr. Card have the same tote. 170-gallon tote, 99. Yeah, because most of the time the apps have a different price. It's a fixed price that's more than the not on sale price. Gig Union, Sisler, what's going on? Gig life, I'm afraid, has become just a side income. I believe it has. Um, I think there's going to be, I'm starting to see it here. I'm starting to see how a little more frequently I personally choose just to ignore it, so I don't really say anything about it. But um, there's a lot of people that are like employees and that are getting fed up with DoorDash drivers, dashers in general. Um, Even if you don't see it with DoorDash and you just give them the name, they basically just kind of annoyed by your very existence, by your presence in their precious stores. 175 on Spark in 7 hours is solid. I Spark the last 2 days here has been bad. So I've been staying afloat between the two apps. And I noticed one thing, but between yesterday and today, the higher my acceptance rate goes up, and the closer I get to platinum, the lower the patience and ability I have to just hold it in. I don't know if it I don't know if it's coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, but Scotty, what's going on? Was doing good back here in New York till your car broke down. Oh man. Hopefully it's a cheap fix. What happened to it? Michael, Ryan, I appreciate the 1-2 punch. Ketchup Doritos sound Canadian. Shipped to you by accident. Probably. I know they did the mustard thing a while back. They'll have mayo. Mayo flavored chips next. They can't do relish because they've already got Lay's dill pickle. That's already they got the pickle thing covered. They got the mustard thing covered, and now they've got the ketchup. I wonder what happens if you put a dill pickle Lay's chip, mustard Dorito, and a ketchup Dorito on a plain cheeseburger. I wonder how that would taste. Nick says, doing well, younger generation, and my family convinced me to build a Yu-Gi-Oh deck on an app they play. Oh Lord, we've lost Nick. Nick, come back. Now I feel you. My nephew did the same thing to me a few years ago with Fortnite. Uh, Played like religiously with him for about 8 or 9 months, and then one day he's just like, "I'm not playing Fortnite anymore." Thanks. So just a heads up, they might get you playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and then 6 months later it ain't gonna be cool, and you're gonna be hooked on it. No extra charges in making a HD order plus a warranty on an appliance. 299 service fee for 4 miles. Yeah, I don't know what the service fee would be here because I don't even know where the closest Home Depot is, to be honest. Hi Sharon, although I'm assuming that you're not calling me girlfriend. Mike, yeah, I can't deliver for $2 base pay and that's it. Like tip, or just go get it yourself at this point. It's pretty simple. Yeah. The N word with authenticity. No. No. Negative. Negatory. Wait, wrong N word, right? Well, thank you, Sharon. Nana! We got Nana in the house. How are you doing? Always reminds me of there's a comedian. He's, he talks about, some of you guys have probably seen it. As soon as I mention it, somebody's going to go, I've seen that clip. But he talks about coming to America, for the first time. And this guy tells him, you can say anything you want in America, but you can't say the N word. And comedian's like, he never told me what the N word was. So anytime somebody would ask me a question, I couldn't say no because I didn't know if that was the N word. If you haven't seen it, go find it. You'll be laughing for the next half hour. David, what's going on? Did an 8 drop for Spark today, $62. Total 41 miles, got it done in an hour and a half. See, where are those orders at? What did I get here? Let's compare. 8 drop, $62. Well, that already beats this one. What, 3 miles more. Woohoo. 3 miles more, half the number of drop offs, and $4 more in pay. So, David, you got a good order, buddy. you got a good order. That much money for that few of drop offs. Yeah, I wish I saw more of those. I'm jealous, man. Michael, thank you for timing the flames out. Yeah, Adam works at Home Depot. So, see a lot of contractors help loading up 300 pounds of items. That would not be fun to load 300 pounds of anything into my car. Do you put meat, chicken in the little bags when doing shopping orders, or just produce? Also, do you put bananas in those bags? Um, if they have the bags in stock, or they're out there, I'm not going to walk all the way back to produce to grab a bag for the meat. But generally, if they're it it depends. Yes, I use the bags, and no, I don't use the bags. If I'm getting a bunch of different types of meat, then yes, I'll sometimes bag them. If it's one or two things, I'm putting that in a separate bag anyway. Beef with beef, chicken with chicken, pork with pork. I don't like mixing the meats, especially I don't like mixing anything pork with anything chicken because you don't know who you're delivering to. You could be delivering to somebody who is one of the handful of religions that they don't eat pork. And they got a friend over and their friend's like, I want bacon. And they're like, well, fine, we'll order bacon. I'm not going to put stuff because I don't know who all's in the household, you know? So I try to be somewhat sensitive to that. But if I'm going in and it's like somebody's ordering everything you need to make spaghetti, that happens a lot. They need the pasta, they need the noodles, they need the meat, they need the garlic bread. Uh, all of that stuff's going in the same bag except for the meat. Meat's going in a separate bag. But you never know. So one of those packages might end up leaking. I don't want pork leaking onto chicken. I don't want chicken leaking onto beef. Do Ellen, how are you doing? How was your? You got a Zoom meeting, I think. Yes. The AI knows when you're trying to raise your AR and it takes advantage of it. Warren, it really does. Because when because I was at 64% yesterday. I got it up to 64, and then I got it down to 55 today, and I am at 61 now with 95 deliveries in the last 30 days. So yeah, I'm getting close, but I know it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight because they started as soon as my AR got above 50, they started sending me orders that I never saw. I never saw these orders below when my AR was below 50%. I never saw them. 525 for 10 miles. I wasn't seeing these kind of crazy orders. No. If I saw a 10-mile order, the worst the pay was $10. And that was because it was and I know that because it got annoying. Because I kept seeing like the dollar amount orders that were great. $10 this and $14 that and $16 this. The only problem was it was $10 for 10 miles, 14 for 14, 16 for 15. Like, those get frustrating. But yeah, I got it up to 64. Yeah, 64. And then they sent me a whole bunch of trash. Like, there was not even, if I had to explain to somebody why I took that order, I couldn't do it. Those kind of orders. So dropped all the way down to 55, but we did get it back up to 61 today. So there's that. Love wins. How are you doing? Yvonne Spark had Spark delivered today. Delivered 2 houses down from me. I opened my door. It's like, where they go, and the bags were 2 houses down. In all fairness, we have to be inclusive of everybody, and that does include the blind delivery drivers out there. So I know it sucks that you're. I'm joking. That Spark driver was an idiot. Sisler got the new DoorDash bag in the mail today. It's junk. Are we talking Walmart junk or are we talking Temu junk? I really want to know this. Walmart junk, like it's gonna last me like a year, or Temu junk where ooh, the handle just broke off on the third time I used it. Never get good spark patches. I don't very often. I I feel I don't know if it's one of those where if you take more of them, they start sending you better ones or what. Some days when they send me a really good order, in the back of my mind, I'm also wondering, is this order actually this good, or am I just comparing it to what DoorDash usually sends me? It's kind of like it's kind of like going to McDonald's for a cheeseburger, and then going to Red Robin for a cheeseburger, and then going to Gordon Ramsay for a cheeseburger. You're getting cheeseburger everywhere, but they are not all equal. And in some cases, you definitely don't get what you pay for. I feel like that's every order on DoorDash, though, for the customer. The amount of fees they're paying. Do they really get what they're paying for? Yvonne didn't. She had to walk 2 houses down to get her groceries. I don't think she paid for that. She wanted to work out. She could pay for a gym membership. It's late going back to work at my W-2. I lowered the tip. Still tipped him because come on, man, at least the thing is, Yvonne, I'm laughing. I'm just the way today's gone, and I'm still going to talk about me snapping at Safeway. Um, the one thing that is so accurate, and I have not had one single issue on, as far as Spark goes, is the GPS. Like where that pin says the house is, that's where the house is. And I've delivered to some out in the country, rural, like I'm glad I have cell reception because I don't exactly remember how I got in here. Places, and the GPS is just spot on. Like it will show house, sheds, garage, any outbuildings, and the pin is always on the house. So that Spark driver was definitely not paying attention. He probably actually they probably looked at your house, saw the house number, kept driving, and then it didn't register in their brain until 2 houses down. They're like, "Oh, I'm here." That up here in northern New York, people are a lot more respectful on deliveries. Haven't had a bad one yet. Yeah, most people are. Uh, well, I don't know. You're in upstate New York, technically, right? Yeah, northern New York. So it's a bit more. It's a little more rural. It's not full on New York City. So yeah, people are generally a lot more laid back and relaxed, and when you get out of big cities, there's still one in every bunch, but there's a lot less of them around. First time we ever reduced the tip, I would have reduced the tip. It may sound like a move, but I don't know. I would have tried to contact the Spark driver and gone, hey, if you want your tip, it would really help if you delivered my order to my house and not my neighbor's. Federal says, hi, average American guy. Well, hello, not so conspicuous burner account. Connie asks, when did the things I find kind of crazy with DoorDash? They say, oh, get on there's plenty of orders when you click, it says 16. What I love, Connie, I would be okay with a 16 to 24-minute wait. That sounds like it would actually be accurate. Um, Ryan has sent me some crazy ones. I saw a crazy one last week. They're like 3 to 14 minutes. Like that's a huge gap. Maybe a few minutes. Might not have even gotten started on the order. I don't know. Auto texting messes up my words. Oh, it's all right. I'm pretty good at figuring it out. How's Shelly doing? And yes, under 25K tips on new Trump bill is for gig workers. Yes, it is. Try to tell people. Try to tell people. But Marion, how are you doing? It's not no tax on tips. It's if you itemize, you can deduct your first 25K of tips. If you take the standard deduction instead of itemized, nothing changes. Yeah, and I haven't filed standard in a decade. Always itemized. 40% of your cell phone, or up to 40% of your cell phone bill. Um, if you're using it for gig work, unless you have a second phone that is basically dedicated to gig work, and then you can write that line off, which actually works out better, at least for me. All your mileage, phone chargers, hot bags, those little battery packs so you can charge your phone outside of the car, but also outside of home. Those are write-offs. Yeah, when I was doing Uber rideshare, my car washes were write-offs. Technically, I could have written this off too, but yeah, there's the issue that I don't if I talked about this. We're talking about it. I can't remember if I've mentioned it before. There was one year, the first year that I did gig work, I had worked part of the year at a W-2, and that is the one year that I had to pay into taxes. And the only reason I had to pay into taxes was because of the W-2. If you would have taken away the W-2, I wouldn't have had to pay in. Even if you would have if you would have used the income from the W-2, but labeled it under 1099, so if I wouldn't have like paid taxes or had withholdings, then I also wouldn't have had to pay in. But because there was that W-2 and the 1099, it was a whole conglomeration of crap that made me end up having to pay. But that was the only year. That was the only year that I've had to pay in. All the other years on gig work, doing gig work, and doing gig work only, I haven't had to pay in. Marion's just coming in with the compliments tonight. Warren says to itemize. Instead of taking the standard deduction, you need a lot of deductions like mortgage interest, and property tax. If you don't itemize, they give you nothing. No tax on tips is a sham. Only one way to find out. Next year when we file our taxes. Right? It does. Yeah, I think it goes back retro to the beginning of the year. Claim enough miles to write off taxes. Well, and with the standard rate, what are we up to? 67 cents a mile? Standard deduction. No, my phone's possessed. Standard mileage. Okay, yeah, last year 67 cents, this year 70 cents. Oh, that's sad to even think about. $6 for 8 mile order. The miles alone just wrote off your your base pay. Hmm. Hmm. We'll figure it out. So 70 cents a mile. So you'd have to drive 35,714.3 miles to write off $25,000 in mileage. Vaughn says, I knew once he got his wrenchy thing, he'd be on it like Donkey Kong. Well, and I appreciate it. That's why I give them out. We gotta stop asking some of these people if they can get any dumber because they've just turned it into a challenge at this point. Raw meat goes in bags 100% of the time. Cooked meat, not necessary. Yeah, I'm less likely to use. Okay, going back to that, I am less likely to use one of the bigger produce bags that they have for meats. I'm less likely to use that on the rolls of like ground beef. Okay, that was weird. Um, those just go in their own plastic, regular grocery bag. Um, the stuff that is like saran wrapped that's cut at the grocery. Most of the time, it's cut at the grocery places. Stuff that's not vacuum sealed, I've had that crap leak so much that yeah, that stuff goes in. That stuff goes into a plastic bag, its own plastic bag. Now they were doing Spark more often. I prefer .com order deliveries versus pickup. I don't mind them the .coms as long as they pay. As long as the pay is good, I'll take them because then I'm like a glorified FedEx driver for 2.5 hours. Connie, always good to see you. You have a good night. They're buying organic foo-foo stuff. I avoid any extra packaging. Yeah, fortunately, I don't get too many of those big organic foo-foo orders. I did have one recently. That was just ugh. It's like I'm a vegetarian, and like I'm a secondhand vegetarian. Your food is what my food eats. So yeah, I'm a secondhand vegetarian. But all produce in bags except for whole melons and squash. I will. The exception that I make on putting melons in bags is if I know I'm delivering to an apartment building, that melon's going in a bag because I'm making it easier for me to carry it up the stairs, and it reduces the chance of me dropping said melon and then having an upset customer and a bad rating. That I'm lazy when it comes to that. I'll just put the melon in the bag, and if they don't, then I just put it in one of my black bags and carry it in. 6:38 for science. You liar! I am not that far behind. Claim 30K miles at right. No 5K. Did I do the math wrong? Did I multiply instead of divide? I probably did. No? That doesn't write off 5K. I'm not doing the math right. My brain is fried. DoorDash ruined me today. Wait, I don't even trust my calculator. I don't. I don't trust my calculator at all. I saw something the other day. Somebody had. Oh, they did a video. They had three iPhones, and they put the same math problem in all three phones, and it came out with three different answers. So I'm not. Am I 20 minutes behind on chat? It's possible. You guys are just blowing me up. It probably is because Ryan messaged me. Although I don't know whether to believe him or not because he just said shampoo is delicious. I guess I'd probably rather eat shampoo than drop the soap, but no need to ever pay anything doing this job. Yeah, no. And there's no need in 2025. There is no freaking need for any single one of us out here doing DoorDash. I'm talking DoorDash specifically. There is absolutely no need for any single one of us to be paying for an order out of pocket and getting reimbursed by DoorDash. You know who says, hey, can you pick this up for me and I'll pay you back later? Yet your broke family member who's not going to. I had it happen the other day. DoorDash wants me to, we'll reimburse you. No, I'm done. I'm done with that. I've been done with that for a long time. I haven't had a, I haven't even had an issue where DoorDash has asked me to do it. But I finally had that happen. It was at Albertsons, and it was DoorDash's fault. They didn't load the card with the money. The QR code wasn't working. I went through all the steps, and yeah, I'm just like no. and this isn't going to be, a ding on my account at all. You are not dinging my completion rate. Not happening. I end up getting half pay for the order too, which I wasn't even expecting. I was like, just I want to be done with this order. Just let me move on. But think of a pallet order 400. If I had a truck and could do that, yeah, I'd probably do that. No real rush to get your AR up until you get closer to the 100 orders. Kept. I'm actually at, what am I at? 95. I've done 95 in the last 30 days. My AR's at 61. Corey, how are you doing? Home now. Zoom meeting was yesterday. Tonight I just worked late. Okay, then I read the message wrong. Then they pack a single packet of taco seasoning in one bag and pack meat and clothing item together. Makes sense. Comment again. You can still do 1,500 a week on Spark. Michael just said it too. Makes sense. Comment again. I need to make a design of that for a T-shirt. I already got the decals. I need the T-shirt. Oh, I made a Back to the Future decal last night. I don't have it in my car yet, but when you have everything to make a decal and you decide, you basically decide there's no need to ever buy a decal from anywhere again because you can just make your own. So I did. The scene in the first Back to the Future, it's got Doc Brown when he's showing Marty the scale of Hillbilly, and the car goes off and hits the rags and goes up in smoke, and he goes, "Oh!" That's the expression he's got. It says "Great Scott." I did. Um, I got it on the phone. I'll show you guys. I made a couple other decals. Corey, I love Red Robin. They got good food. They're solid. Ryan, yeah, you do a lot of Knob Hill. I actually like that store. Just being in there once. Stardashian's in the house. How's it going? Eric, what's going on? Hey, I owe you this since I've been MIA for the past month. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're alive. I hope everything's all good for you and your family. Good to see you. David says only a good hamburger I get from around my town is called Branded Burgers. You can actually watch the cooking your own. Ooh, that'd, that'd be nice. DoorDash has become trash. It it has, and I don't know about you guys. Let me know. I've seen it. I've noticed it more lately. Before, and this is before I even got to silver. I think it might be a reason I actually made it to silver. Um, there's a lot more hours open. Like when I go to schedule now, like I, it doesn't matter basically what time I get on the app. There's hours available. Like I can't always like day of, the hours are gone. But like if I go to schedule on, yeah, I've already scheduled for Monday. Now that I'm celebrating get early access, but Sunday, my area, 12:30 to 2:30 a.m. is open, 4 to 4:30 a.m., 2:30 to 3, 4:30 to 9:30 p.m. open. Nice little 5-hour block for dinner. It's wide open right now. 3, 4 months ago, I was not seeing this. If I went out, if it was the exact same, everything was the exact same, and I was looking at this coming Sunday, I would see 12:30 to 2:30 a.m. open. That would be all I would see. So I'm seeing more hours open. So I think there at least in this area, I think there's less people dashing. I have no idea if that has to do with anything economically or politically, but it's been a whole lot easier for me to schedule lately. Are you using medication? I've got some ointment that I've been using, but I got to get into a dermatologist and get lasered. Yay! We got a very lively chat tonight. I'm behind as far as I am. There was one time doing Uber Eats and it took me so far out that I had to back to the street to be able to say I delivered it. I know that feeling. Spark and Instacart only now. Essentially, you'd like my area probably for well, especially if you're on Insta, you're, what is it, Diamond Shopper? That's the top tier. Uh, we got a Costco that opened a few months ago. Really nice, higher end area. I'm a lowly standard shopper, so I don't see any of those. But wait till Charlie reads my comment. Blush. Yes, eye candy. Thank you. You got to sit at a Walmart if you're a truck driver for sure, and generally in the back area wherever they load up the orders. The closer you are there, the better. If you can get so close that you're connected to their Wi-Fi, that helps too. Left review. Okay, one click. All right, left review. Okay, well, I clicked delivered to wrong address, but still, however, I did stop and think about his last weekend. It, it happens. It's okay. Not poppies. Puppies? Did you stop and look at puppies? Do I use an app? Yeah, I got the Solo app. I do have a referral link to that, by the way. Everything in gig work is so freaking controversial. Speaking of mileage apps, chips, soda, popcorn. Sounds like a typical Walgreens store. Kinda wish I had a second line to have a different app on the other phone. Oh, I basically the phone that I'm streaming on right now is like, my personal phone, uh, so the only thing I really do on it is, well, what family does talk to me, I talk to them on it, and I watch YouTube. But that's really about it. I got my Audible and all of that. It's more of like my personal phone's more of like my entertainment phone, to keep me entertained while I'm out here. And then I got my DoorDash work phone that's got all of my apps, YouTube. Yeah, and I keep my banking separate from stuff that's on my work phone. It's safer that way. I mean, think about it, if you were out dashing and you dropped your phone or set your phone down and didn't realize it, and somebody got your phone and they were able to get into it, they got access to everything, all your apps, banking, everything. So, that's the reason I like having 2 phones. Those are on Schedule C. Yeah, you're right, Warren. I'm not I could do it. I'm not gonna go do a deep dive into taxes. If you have tax questions, go talk to Warren. I am not the person to answer those. Never paid in 7 years. Yeah, J Twist ain't here. I don't know where he's at. They finally caught him. That's what happened. That's why he's not here. They finally caught him. The men in white suits or that hand out the free hug me jackets. Finally happened. There is no real proof on how many miles you drove. There really isn't. TurboTax. I had to think about it for a second, which is sad because I've used TurboTax for like 15 years now. TurboTax has their software is awesome because you plug in all your numbers, and when you put your mileage in, it'll actually tell you, "That's are you sure this is right? This seems low for this work designation," or whatever the wording is. Um, I think the first year doing gig work when I filed taxes, I put the number of miles I drove in, and it said, "This is within range of average delivery drivers," and I went, "God, there's a lot of us driving a lot of miles." I'm catching up. I was 20 minutes behind, now I'm only 18. Taxes. I'll get caught up. I'll be a whole somebody's asking me on a date. Everybody's got access to my Snapchat, Instagram, email. Chicka powwow? I put melons in bags, just not produce bags. Oh, okay. August 22nd, August 20th. Got some birthdays coming up. Yvonne says Leos are cool after Scorpios, of course. And we're all watching a Capricorn. Tanning in Illinois. Ranning in Illinois. Raining in Illinois. Give Spark and U-Ship a try. Well, I got Spark. I'll have to see about U-Ship. Oh, yeah, Warren. Yeah, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. I'm slowly getting caught up, I think. Got Illinois. Got some people in Illinois figuring out that they're neighbors. That's always fun. Lucky 7, what's going on? You're a praying man. Please keep my dad in your prayers. He has glioblastoma. Lucky, I will definitely keep him in my prayers. I am so sorry you're going through that. Esteban, ¿qué pasa? You know their upstream Wi-Fi password. Yeah, lucky 7. I'm so sorry. Good thoughts, positive vibes. If you need to talk, you got my email. I think you got my email. Hopefully you have my email. Hopefully you're still in here at this point. It's the same password for every Walmart. Somebody's gonna go see the Backstreet Boys. No worries, Lucky 7. Yeah. And then I get called Poppy. I got, I got, I don't know what's going on in chat. Sisler, I don't know. Michael, it's Taco Tuesday. That's what day it is. I'm glad you're home from work. Corey, how's it going? It is Taco Tuesday. It is Tequila Tuesday. It's I can't say it Tuesday. Nana's from Illinois. We got Illinois up in this place. I probably have family in Illinois. Distant family, I think. Wiggity wiggity whack. Backdoor voice. And just like that, I am caught up. C-Dub, Trash Shopper Tuesday. Sunday was on the Schmitty side. Yeah, yesterday wasn't better. I've had Taylor Swift in my hands. You dodged her the other day, Charlie. Oh God, I am so sorry. I don't know what I'd be upset by if somebody hit my dog, which I don't have, or got Taylor Swift stuck in my head. I don't know what I'd be more angry about. And that's saying something. Uh, today was actually better than the last 2 days as far as what I made and the amount of time I made it. Sad because it's a Tuesday. I'm no judgment if you listen to Taylor Swift. I don't. Not a fan. No judgment if you are. Make it 25 cents at least today. Um, yeah, I made $66 today. Ryan needs to go ham rest of the week. Well, good news is the week should be getting better. Trying to respond to C-Dub. Oh, okay. Somebody check on J Twist. What's going on with J Twist? Are you alive? C-Dub literally made $65 last. That's about what I made yesterday. The world must be slowly coming to an end. He says, yes, I am still working, and he's getting ready for vacation. I'm judging you, especially considering her involvement in private. Her link card. What is happening here? We ain't exactly clear. Yeah, that's what happens when you're in live streams. We sorry, I watched Forrest Gump the other day. As soon as he's like, "What's happening here?" I'm like, "It isn't exactly clear." But there's a man over there. And now I forgot the rest of the song, which is good. I can't sing anyway. Am I mad about something? No. This is my happy face. Yeah, and now I got that song stuck in my head, which is okay because it's definitely better than a Taylor Swift song. No offense, Yvonne. No offense. 7:26 West Coast, still light out and bright. Like, that sun ain't even, well, the sun's behind me, so. Telling me always stop. I'm gonna stop now. Um, Thank you, Earl. Needed help with that one line. I'm right back in it. It just proved the world ain't flat. You're on the side of the world where the light's still there. Exactly. Muskrat love. What was in? I hate some of the right song. Okay. Oh crap. No. Now I'm on the wrong phone. Anyway, I'll have to find it later. I can't right now because it's in a playlist in my other account on this phone that I'm streaming on. So I can't even look it up. Where are all the spark orders? Brother, I haven't had any apps on at all this entire live stream. Anti-hero. Ryan loves songs about muskrats. We're never ever getting back together. I feel like I had an ex-girlfriend to that once. Yeah. Little things that pop back memories. You with your words like knives and swords and weapons that you use against. Have you heard the Corn Taylor Swift mashup? No, I haven't. Sitting in Walmart parking lot. I am sitting in the parking lot. I am technically loitering. Although technically I'm working too, because if anything happens, I can just open up my phone and turn this park app on and go. I'm working. The gentleman next to me who's been here basically since almost since I started. Um, yeah, he's definitely loitering. He might actually be mad that I'm in his spot. I don't know. Oh, no need to be sorry. Friends give each other crap back and forth. I ain't a princess. This ain't a fairy tale. I would need to be drunk to go to a Taylor Swift concert. And that alone has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. That just I don't want to deal with that many people. It's got nothing to do with Taylor Swift. Now on the flip side, for me to go to a concert with a crowd that big, Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson. Do I need to keep going, or are we starting to see a theme here? Marion, come on, you're supposed to be my girl, and we left. Aren't her concerts like $500 a ticket? Yeah, and besides, if I wanted to work an entire week to go to a concert, yeah, I can think of other people I'd really, really, really rather spend $500 to go see. Robert Plant. I'd go pay $500 to see Robert Plant. Um, the Eagles. Probably spent $500 to go see them. I would give up a body part to see Led Zeppelin reunited. Eagles are going to be in Vegas in the fall. They would be so much fun to see. Metallica. I wouldn't give up a body Metallica, but I would go see Metallica. You can go to Home Depot garden section for. On that note, caught up on chat and it's 7:30 Pacific time. I mean, some of you guys are getting ready for bed. I'm gonna go home and eat something for dinner. U2, Coldplay, Dave Matthews. That'd be a heck of a show. Pete Yorn, Train, Three Doors Down. Or no, Pete Yorn, Train, Matchbox 20 was my first concert. I also saw Shooter Jennings, Three Doors Down, and Leonard Skinner. That was a crazy show, but Poison and Slaughter in '89. Nice. They were just in Tampa. No Last Call in Vegas. That's true. Vince Gill's good. But, all right. Nine Inch Nails, yep. NSYNC. Disturbed. I want to see Stained, at least Aaron Lewis. But anyway, appreciate you guys for hanging out the last hour and a half. I look forward to you guys. I didn't even talk about Safeway. I think I'll save that for the video. You guys all have a good night. I'll end it for the video. Debbie Gibson in 1990. Rob Zombie, heck yes. All right, I'm going to go eat. You guys all have a good night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, please name it after me.